We're Brittany and Drew, two hopeful adventurers who got married, moved into a van, and have been chasing adventures all around the globe ever since, and are now searching for a place to call home somewhere soon.
Subscribe and join the ride.
Our time here in Baja has been exhausting, amazing, and above all else, unpredictable. Whoa! And we wouldn't have it any other way, even despite a setback or two. Donkeys and goats, blue-footed boobies, seals, flying mobilas, turtles, snakes, kitties, puppies, canyons, beaches, beaches, beaches. Oh, and the tacos. Guacamole. And all the new friends that we've made along the way. Have we mentioned the whales? Whales.
Wow.
That was amazing! In this episode, our northbound, Baja-bound journey continues. And what happens is beyond anything we could have ever imagined.
Hola.
Hola,
Un poquito.
Come from?
Guerra Negro. Bahía, Los Angeles.
Los Ángeles. Open?
Sí, abierto.
De Estados Unidos.
Sí, juntos Estados Unidos.
Okay.
Es una ducha.
Okay.
Gracias, señor.
That was a serious tour. He actually got in the locker and the shower. Time for a quick pit stop. We saw
Not because we have to pee though.
No, but because we saw the Cereos cacti. Sounds serious.
They're seriously protected and they're seriously cool.
They only happen in this part of Baja. They look like hairy Grinch fingers.
Can you show me?
And they're so tall. How unusual.
And so unique.
Yeah. Whoop. Dink. The little star on top.
Dink.
When you wish upon a star.
Being led by spirit through the Valley de los Cirios, or the Valley of Candles, still radiating with joy over having touched whales for the first time earlier that day, we wondered what our final nights in Baja had in store, and where we would end up that night, and what it would look like in the daylight. That's always fun. Whoa! Seagulls out the porthole. This is one of the first campgrounds where they actually recycle. I was very impressed by this. Also, this looks like they're digging a grave, but it's actually a compost pit. Hello! How was it?
I went all the way down and around the lighthouse down there.
Oh, I missed out.
We can go another day.
Sometimes we let each other go on our own adventures so we can get a little bit of space in our tiny house. Also, Kara and Nate are here.
Yeah?
Yeah, they parked up. They're using the Wi-Fi.
Ah, super cool.
Yeah, they said hi. They're also working away because this is the only place around for miles that actually has any Wi-Fi.
It's pretty rad how we ran into them riding Lucky Blue last night on a rogue beach.
I know, and it was just like so natural. No cameras involved, just old friends meeting up. That's how it felt like anyway.
Yeah, I felt like we'd known them for a long time.
Yeah, they're really sweet.
Ah, wonderful.
And that's how it happened. Before the moon rose on the same day that we had just been touched by the magic of whales, we arrived to camp and decided to take Lucky Blue for a little sunset ride. And that's when the stars aligned and led us straight to Kara and Nate. Our motorcycle actually got stuck in the sand right in front of their van. And once we heard of their Wi-Fi needs, we were excited to invite them to our campsite.
Good morning. This beach is almost perfect, but it's missing two necessities: water and internet.
And that's where this story picks back up. Who else thought this was Drew?
Time to get to work. It was pretty awesome being able to share our Baja knowledge with two of the best, most influential travel vloggers probably in the world right now. Plus, they were all chill and just fun to talk with.
It was especially magical because it was their first week in Baja, and, well, sadly, it was our last. Sometimes there's nothing like an apple peanut butter rainbow with a side of 2 quesadillas.
You know what's even crazier than having Kara and Nate here? Bucket list family.
After meeting each other from our boats amongst all of the whale magic in our last episode, they coincidentally ended up at the same campground as us.
I love meeting other creators.
I feel like we've both been on our own for so long. Like, this whole time in Baja just hasn't happened until now.
And what's so cool is this is completely natural, organic, the stars aligning. Hey ladies, say hi to the guys down.
What's up?
What's up?
Taking Mrs. Adventure on a ride.
They are taking us on a real adventure.
To a restaurant.
Might get car sick when Nate's driving. It's a real
Give me such a hard time. I think she thinks I'm a bad driver only because she never drives.
I'm gonna put my seatbelt on even though it's only a couple minute drive.
Let's just say that when I drive, things don't fall out of the cabinets, and when Nate drives, they do.
Let's think about who drives through the Harrier situation.
That's true. I only drive the easy places.
Neighbors. Drew was just getting a little tour of the van here.
Yeah, Nate was showing me around.
I can't take any credit for building it, but feel free.
But you know what? You know how it works now and it's working great.
Exactly. We've made it our own.
Look at their windows. Nice big cozy space. They have all of their little supplies over here. A kitchen with a view of Spirit.
We were neighbors.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the same length and wheelbase as our van.
Yep, it's a 170. This is
Yeah.
a 2014 Sprinter.
So it's just fun to see a totally different layout.
Totally different. Somehow yours feels twice as big, and you can carry twice as much stuff.
Well,
We've had a few more years on the road.
It's very
That's
impressive.
all.
this is your first van. You guys are doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
They added a big fridge right here.
Yeah.
You're giving us way too much credit. That was Eamon.
Good job, Eamon.
Yes, really good job. I'm a little bit jealous of the front door opening fridge. I really miss that about normal living. But good news is, I think I spotted Kara in the distance. She's on the return. I think that's Kara. Oh, thank goodness.
Get more of a workout than she bargained for when the wind picked up.
She's
Yeah,
like,
she
my
didn't
work's
expect
done.
that.
I'm going out on the water.
I think her work just started though when she went out on the water. She's back.
I just saw the biggest turtle I've ever seen.
No.
I like audibly screamed because it scared me so bad, and I'm just in my own little world, and all of a sudden, I mean, it was probably this big.
Wow.
Do they get this big?
They do.
Yeah.
So I'm paddling on this side, and I go to paddle on this side, and I went, ah! And I almost like dropped the paddle. And so then I just stood like this because I didn't want to scare it away, and it like wasn't spooked or anything, and it went around me, and I just watched it for like 5 minutes, and then it swam away.
The water's so clear.
It was amazing.
Oh,
It was so beautiful. So then I had all this energy, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna see more. I'm gonna go all the way to that island.
which was named Wind Island.
And I was like, oh, what? And then I got tired, and the wind picked up.
And
so
then
I-
the wind picked
I laid down
up.
for a minute, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna like wait it out. And then I ended up way down there.
This bay is actually known for its gnarly gales, blowing up to 20 knots for 3 to 5 days from the north and 35 miles per hour from the west.
Oh my. There was another campground, and I was like, oh, that's our campground. So I thought I was slowly just getting closer to home, and then I had to fight the wind.
It's
Was
away
I
from
gone
you.
for 3 hours, 1 hour?
What matters is that you had a fun time.
It was
And
amazing.
you're
You were
back.
in the moment.
Yeah, I really was.
awesome.
Come on up.
Yeah, the ladder can be traded.
Can I do this? Oh wait, it's okay. I got this.
Coming all the way. All right.
Welcome
You
to
don't
the
call her
room.
Mrs. Adventure for nothing.
That's right.
You
Look
didn't sign a
at her
liability waiver before you climbed up.
go. Welcome to our lunch roof party.
It's so squishy and soft.
Yeah.
It's the best rooftop deck.
Nate, you did
Ooh,
a
that
great
is a
job with
compliment
this.
right there.
Coming from the
Seriously.
pros.
The only way we're not burning our feet up here.
Yeah. Got Kara and Nate here. They've been to 100 countries. So who better to ask what adventure should Mr. and Mrs. Adventure go on?
So put a lot of thought into this.
Really hoping it wasn't this.
I think the thing that would combine like the vehicle living with an epic adventure would be to go on a camping road trip in Oman.
Whoa.
So this is not something that we've done.
Okay.
We've been to Oman and it was incredible. The people were so friendly and we regret it not camping because you can rent a 4x4 with a tent on top. Everybody that we met that did the camping thing had the best stories about like being parked on the side of the road. You can wild camp anywhere. There's beautiful beaches, but like they'd be camping and like a local family would have just like come up and like brought them dinner because they saw them camping out. So the locals are super friendly.
Top 3 most welcoming locals in all 100 countries. Like people would
Wow.
just walk down the street and say, "Welcome to Oman. Thank you for being here." And
Wow.
they'd give you fresh bread that they just
How
bought from the
beautiful.
bakery. It was beautiful.
Oh,
Wait,
I
guys.
love that challenge.
Where's Oman?
It was the first country that we ever visited in the Middle East. So
Okay.
you have the UAE
Yeah.
on the eastern side of
Okay.
the Arabian Peninsula,
Yeah.
and then on the bottom right-hand side you have Oman. And so you've got like beautiful beaches, desert that goes on forever, you know, and then like plenty of cities where you can stock up on
Oh,
stuff.
I love it.
And like a Grand Canyon
Okay.
area. I mean, it's
So much beautiful nature. Yeah.
I was
Wow.
glad you asked for it too, because I
I was like, I think it's somewhere over there, but I need some clarification.
challenge accepted.
Challenge.
Woo! Are we
Love
invited?
it, guys. Love it. Yeah,
Of course.
that would be awesome.
We can live out our Omani dream.
Not at all what we expected, but that's what we love about it. I guess we have some Omani dreams of our own now.
Hasta luego, friends.
Bueno viaje!
Many adventures ahead.
Aww, we're gonna miss them.
Darn.
That was so special.
Felt like the stars really aligned on that one.
Yeah, guys, some of you helped us manifest that with your comments who kept saying, you have to meet up with Kara and Nate.
Well, it just naturally happened.
It did. We found each other. And just because they're beginning their Baja journey, it felt even more right. Now that they have our super powered air pump, the road will be a bit smoother for them in all the ways we hope. And they let us know that in the north, before we leave, we should definitely go check out wine country.
One last place.
So that's what this video is about. We are going where Kara and Nate recommended.
Whoop whoop.
The Napa of Mexico.
Taking you to wine country.
Ooh, sounds fancy. Smoothie time. Ta-da! Meet the longtime MVP of our van life game, our solar-powered portable generator. So I actually tripped the fuse on our plug the other day, meaning that we can no longer use the plug in our kitchen anymore. But luckily, we have the Jackery to save the day. They are a great backup power source in case of any sort of natural disasters. And I'm so grateful that this is here because, one, I don't know how we would charge up our computers or our camera batteries and make smoothies. Like, I make a smoothie every single day. And they make Jackeries with all sorts of different kinds of power supplies. This one here is the Explorer 1000. If you're just going car camping, the Explorer 240 is a great option for you. And if you guys want to go ahead and check out what Jackery has that might solve any of your power needs or just give you the power to have twinkle lights at your next campout sesh, then please use our link below. They now have a Canada website as well. Did you see that moon? Perfectly round. And check this out. They burn their paper, their papel.
Isn't it great how they get rid of it?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
All campgrounds should do this.
They're extremely conscious here at this campground because it used to be a turtle rescue. And people come from all around to research and stay here specifically to scope out this bay. You ready for a walk this evening, Mrs. Adventure?
Nice little walk on the beach.
Let's hit that dusty trail. We got a long drive.
Yeah, we do. With 9 hours on the clock and nearly 500 miles to go, we would be leaving the cactus-lined coast behind, traveling across the same road that had led us down to so many beautiful discoveries. And now that road would be taking us up to one more place we had to see before our time here was done.
Where I'm heading, south on Highway 25. And I'm going just as fast as I can try.
It's 55 degrees now.
I think we're going up in elevation, aren't we?
Quite a bit.
Right now we're driving through the mountains, and it is so different up here when you compare it to the coastal villages that we've been living and rolling through. There are huge rocks up here and rolling green hills. It sometimes reminds me of England a little bit, if I can even say that. But it is so beautiful and green in here. Wow. When Drew and I entered Mexico at the end of December, we came in through Mexicali. You might remember that little bit of an ordeal of an episode, but we knew that we wanted to exit out through a different border crossing. We didn't want it to be Tijuana because we've heard that it can be extremely congested, and so Tecate actually is said to be pretty amazing. And another benefit of going through wine country is that it is less than an hour from Tecate, and where we're headed now is said to be intoxicatingly beautiful, in the words of Lonely Planet. But it has the Ruta del Vino, a route with over 90 different wineries, where Drew and I are very excited to be taking our bicycles tomorrow, and we can leave Spirit at a beautiful campground where we're headed now. It is called Glamping Vino y Arte, and it's supposed to be pretty wonderful. So I think this is the perfect way to end our time here in Baja. And the fact that Kara and Nate recommended it to us just makes it feel even more special. We have a lot to cheers to, a lot to celebrate, and a beautiful community to share the experience with. And if any of you have ever considered exploring Mexico or Baja and were maybe a little bit apprehensive, hopefully our series has helped shed some light on how wonderful the people and country is. Cheers! And thanks for all the driving you've been doing here.
No problem.
You're the best.
Look at my GPS here. You see all the curves coming up?
That's what Drew has been navigating. Good morning from wine country.
Good morning. It is a bluebird day.
And we can hear all of the birds chirping and the roosters crowing.
Just love it. And there's sheep in the distance.
Yeah, really fun morning sounds here. You get the occasional moo.
And there's like some really cool dogs that come hang out. They like hanging out in the shade of our van.
Yeah, vineyard dogs. I think they just wander throughout all the different properties here.
Do they eat the grapes?
Good morning. Good morning, doggies. They're so nice. Look at that. We got some sunbathers now. Oh.
This place is known for glamping, and there are so many trailers set up out here.
And we got one other camper with us. I wanted to show you guys how cute their communal kitchen is. They made booth seating out of old tuk-tuk car bodies, and their entire bar area is made out of old wine bottles. You found your spot? This is what we're biking today. We are somewhere down here. No, we are over here. I don't know where we are. Oh, here we are. Here, there's like a giant wine bottle, I think. That's where I want to go first.
All right.
You don't really have to have much of a plan when visiting the wineries out here. I think it's kind of more fun that way. Just hop on your bikes and wander from vineyard to vineyard and see where you end up. See how far we get.
You excited for this?
Well, that was a super cool clip with the soldiers walking out. This has turned out to be quite the ride.
Made it.
Good work getting here.
That was a long ride, actually. I'm like, are we gonna make it back to the wineries before they close?
This is just a stunning, stunning valley. He's such a beautiful horse. Look at him chewing on my bike tire.
Let's have our picnic under the shade.
I like it. And listen to those birds.
Wow. And the olive trees. It's so beautiful out
Yeah.
here. I have to admit that as we were riding our bikes through town, all of the vineyards and tasting rooms pretty much looked closed, which is a little bit concerning, but we're gonna keep our hopes high and head to Venacava and keep our fingers crossed that we can actually taste some of their delicious wines.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
We've arrived at the entrance. Do you realize we've just rode 25 miles? 10 miles since our lunch spot, 15 miles before that.
I think we could use some wine.
Maybe we should have rode Lucky Blue today.
I know. I don't know how we're getting back home after this.
I think our home is like still 7 miles away. So this is turning out to be quite the adventure.
Here we are. All our ducks are in a row here.
Well, I'm pretty sure we're the only ones here right now.
I think you're right.
But hopefully they have some tastings that we can indulge in and enjoy some vino from this valley, because I feel like we earned it.
Also, I want to point out how cool the building is. It's made out of recycled boats and eyeglasses from the nearby eyeglass factory.
But wait till you see the color of the bathroom.
Ooh.
I feel like I walked into a Tiffany's box.
Oh, it's beautiful. Complete with a wine barrel sink.
Love it.
Wow. Phil to design this.
Wow.
The architect's name is Alejandro da Costa.
She was just telling me Gregory, the founder of this place, who used all this unique architecture, the boats, he's actually from England. He's from Manchester, and he ended up here and opened up a hotel on the hill, and the winery came second. But he's in his 70s, and he comes around quite often, so.
And the architect, he's known for taking always recycled materials.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. It was worth the ride, I think, right?
Every bit. This is hitting the spot.
Let's see if we make it back home tonight. I like never drink wine, just so you know. It usually flares up my asthma, but so far I'm okay.
You can make a rosé just from a red grape or blending a red grape with a white grape.
Okay.
The color comes from how much you leave the skin on the process. This is the one we are known for. 5 types of red grapes: Cabernet Sauvignon, Syrah, Petit Syrah, Grenache, and Zinfandel. 13 months French oak.
I like the wine. Starting to get highly concerned about how I'm gonna ride my bicycle 7 miles. Whatever happens next, just don't forget the camera.
Time to go. Bikes are leaving. Come on, babe.
I'm on wine time. Smells really good out here.
Smells like night blooming jasmine.
It smells so sweet.
Those are boats out there.
I was totally zoning out. Oh my.
Pedal!
I'm so lucky. Boy. Will we ever make it back home? And will we cross the border back into the US? Stay tuned for next week's episode, which also happens to be the grand finale of our Baja Bound series. We'll see you there.